Hey, fifth graders, we're going to start our new week. This is Halloween week and the last week of our election math before we have the election, so a big week. So we're going to start with Monday. We're going to be on page 50. We're going to do multiplication this week, and it's the multiplication where we have about 4 numbers times 1 number. We did this last year. You should remember it once we get started. So we did it right before we left for virtual learning. So this was something we definitely did together. So look with me on page 50. It says each of 3 classes uses 21,708 milliliters of distilled water in a science experiment. How much distilled water is used altogether by the 3 classes? We're not going to estimate, so we're going to skip that part, but we're going to multiply to figure out. So we're going to write 21,708 times 3. You do need to know 3 things here. This is called the Multiplicand. Oops. Multiplicand. Sorry, I'm trying my best with this big, what do you call that? Writing thing, pencil. Then we have the multiplier, that's this. And then our answer, of course, is the product. So we need to figure out our product, but I'm going to put a arrow here. So our top number or our first number is our multiplicand. Our other number that we're multiplying by is the multiplier, and our answer is the product. Okay, so I'm going to erase these real quick so that I can have room to work. You can go ahead and pause this if you need to and write that down. Okay, so if you remember from last year, we're going to start with the 3 and we're going to multiply it by the 1s. So 3 times 8 is 24. I'm going to put down my 4 and carry my 2. Okay, then I go back to my 3 and say 3 times 0 is 0 plus 2 that I carried. So 3 times 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. Then I go to the next column. 3 times 7 is 21. So since it's a 2-digit number, I'm going to put my 1, carry my 2. Then I go 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Then finally I say 3 times 2 is 6. I'm going to put my comma right there. So my answer is 65,124. So you're going to multiply the multiplier by every number in the multiplicand. Then you're going to add numbers that you carry. So like we said here with the 3 times 0, we would multiply that and add the 2 that we carried from the first column. Okay, so let's look at another one. I'm gonna erase all this, and this might take you a lot of room on your paper, and that's totally fine. Use as much as you need to. Let's do 90,500. Sorry, hold on. 90,500 times 6. You have to know your multiplication tables. If you don't, you have to know them. If you don't know them, then you can't do this. Okay, so please be studying your multiplication tables. So we start with 6, go right above it in the 1s column. 6 times 0 is 0. Then we do 6 times the next number, which is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. Then I come to 6 times 5. It's 30, so I'm going to put my 0 and carry my 3. Then I go to 6 times 0 again, which is 0, plus the 3 I carried is 3. Then finally I have 6 times 9 is 54, so I put that there. Then I'm going to put my comma after my after my 3 numbers, and then I get 543,000. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, so let's do 20,859 times 4. Okay, so first we're going to do 4 times 9 is 36. Put down my 6, carry my 3. Then I do 4 times 5 is 20, plus that 3 is 23. So I'm going to put my 3, carry my 2. Then I say 4 times 8, that's 32. I add my 2 to get 34, put down my 4, carry my 3. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. So my final answer is 83,436. Okay, so just go slow and do it, because eventually we're going to get up to pretty big numbers. So this is the beginning of it to kind of ease you in. So make sure that you are doing it correctly. Don't use calculator, because that's not going to help you. Let's do 70,042 times 5. Okay, 5 times 2 is 10. Put my 0, carry my 1. 5 times 4 is 20, plus that 1 is 21. Put my 1, carry my 2. 5 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 5 times 0 is 0, nothing to carry. And then finally, 5 times 7 is 35. So I'm going to put it down and then put my comma, 350,210. Okay, so today you're going to be practicing some of these. So let me give you your classwork and homework real quick. I also want to mention that you have a test on Thursday. This test is going to cover Chapter 3, Lessons 1, 2, and 4. We skipped Lesson 3. We're not doing the estimating. So these are the lessons that are going to be on your test on Thursday. It's going to cover your multiplication properties, the multiplication patterns where we multiply by the zeros, and then this stuff that we just did. So today you're going to do page 50 in your textbook, numbers 1 through 8, and then for homework, you're going to do workbook, page 37, numbers 1 through 20. Don't do the whole page, but 1 through 20 tonight. That page is really long. So this is what you're going to work on now. So it's unlocked on Shobi. Go ahead and look at it. And I will see you for Tuesday's. Tuesday's video, we're going to do more of our zeros in the multiplicand today. Remember, multiplicand is the top number, the multiplier is the bottom number, and the product is your answer. So today we're going to look at more of these multiplication problems, so let's practice some. Let's do 783,500 times 4. 4 times 0, 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 5 is 20. Put my 0, carry my 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Carry my 1. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 is 33. Put 1 3, carry the other. And 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 3 is 31. So every 3 numbers you need a comma. So this time we have 2 commas. So 3,134,000. Okay, so give me just a second. Let me find our next one. Okay, let me erase this and let's try another. The more you practice these, the more you're going to get it. I know I tell you that every video, but it's true. You have to keep practicing, and eventually you're going to get how to do it. Let's do 5,004 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. I'm going to put my 8, carry my 2. 7 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. So 35,028. Okay? Let's practice another one. You're going to be very tired of this by the time we get through. Okay, let's do 9,050 times 9. Okay, 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 5 is 45. I'm going to put my 5 and carry my 4. 9 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. And 9 times 9 is 81. 81,450. Quick side note, if this was money, all you would have to do is put your money sign. If you see some today that are money, that's no different. You just put your symbols. Okay, so let's try another. Okay, let's do 911,060 times 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 6 or 4 times 6, 6 times 4, commutative property, you can do either one, is 24. Put down your 4, carry your 2. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. So we're going to go over 3, and we get 3,644,240. Okay? So let me tell you what you're going to do today. You're going to do more practice. Today in your textbook, you're going to work on page 51. Numbers 9 through 16. Sorry, can't get that to work. Your homework is going to be workbook, page 37, 21 through 27. So the rest of the page that you did last night is what you're going to work on tonight. So that's it. Remember, your test is Wednesday. So tomorrow, sorry, your test is Thursday. So tomorrow we're going to be doing some review for that, okay? All right, this is our Wednesday video. We're going to get ready for your test tomorrow. So today we're going to be doing some review. So I'm going to write down the problems first, and then we can look at each one. You're going to be doing page 52 to 53, numbers 7 through 14, 22 to 25, and 30 through 33. So this is what you're going to do today. So let's look at it together and look at what we need to study. So if you look at 7 through 14, that's just multiplying. That's where you're going to multiply just like we just did. So let me double check that we're all good there. It looks good. So that's what we just did for the past 2 days. 22 to 25, you're going to match the number sentence they give you to the property. So you can just write the letter for that one. And then 30 through 33, you're also matching. This is using your number patterns. So if we had 50 times 60, we multiply our non-zero digits. 6 times 5 is 30, and we add these 2 zeros. So we get 3,000. So that's what you're doing on the last ones, 30 through 33, and you're just going to put the letter as well. This should be really simple. The test tomorrow is going to be the same thing, pretty simple. So you guys go ahead and start working on this and study for that test tomorrow. Keep practicing. There is no homework, by the way, it's just a study. All right, Thursday video, it is test day. So your test is pretty simple today. Your test is going to be the properties. So remember your properties. Remember that identity property is anything times 1 equals that number. Zero property is anything times 0 equals 0. Commutative property is where I can change the order, just like this, and it stays the same. Associative property, and let me show you one thing I wanted to show you with this one real quick. Associative property, if I say 2 times 6 times 8 equals 2 times 6 times 8. You notice that my numbers do not change order. They stay 2, 6, 8. However, the grouping can change. I can group 2 times 6 in the first one and 6 times 8. That's associative property. Then you have distributive. So remember, distributive is taking something like this. 2 times 6 plus 8 equals 2 times 6 plus 2 times 8. We're distributing that 2 among the 6 and the 8 and adding it together. You don't have to solve it, you just have to recognize it. Okay? So these are the ones that you're going to have. All you have to do is tell me which is which. There's a matching for definitions, and there's a matching for examples like these. Then you have a section of multiplying with the patterns. So let's look at those real quick. Multiplying with the patterns is just the zeros that we've been talking about. So let's do one. Let's do 80 times 4,000. What I would do is take my non-zero digits, 8 and 4, multiply that and write it down. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros to add. Put a comma, and that's it, 320,000. Super simple. The last section is the multiplying like we've been doing for a long time, a couple days. So let's look at that. And you also did it last year, so you should be pretty familiar with this one. So let's do one like that. Let's do 60,516 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18, carrier 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 5 is 15, put 5, carrier 1. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 3 times 6 is 18. So 181,548. Okay, so that's what you're going to do today, and tomorrow we'll do our last Friday election. Happy Friday. We're going to do our last election day math today, and I think it's a pretty cool one. So with this one, you're going to make predictions for the election on November 3rd. So it's coming up very, very soon. So we talked about the Electoral College before. The Electoral College is how many votes each state gets towards the president. They have to reach 270 to be declared the winner. When you see on Tuesday night the election results start to come in, you'll see these electoral votes pop up. So what they do is if South Carolina has 9 votes, and if we vote all 9 for a Republican Party, then our state would be red. If we vote all 9 for a Democrat, our state would be colored blue. So what you're going to do is make your prediction. So this is not right or wrong. You probably won't have the exact numbers, but that's fine. What you're going to do is look at the 2 sheets that I gave you, and you're going to make the predictions for who's going to win, and you're going to color in the states. So remember, you're coloring red for Republican and blue for Democrat. Okay, so do that, and it's just for fun, and you can look back Tuesday to see if you were correct. All right, guys, have a good weekend and a happy Halloween, and I will see you guys next week.